get to the single, it's going to be snatch and go. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to level change with my step. It's a little bit different because a lot of times I'm level changing and then I'm penetration step. This one I'm going to level change as I step. See the difference? So a normal single, I'm going to level change and then come here. Attack that single, right? That's going to be our normal single. This one's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to level change on the step. Okay, so a little bit different, but what we're doing is we're still level changing underneath their defense, and we're getting a quick penetration to get to that leg. Okay, so we're wrestling right here, looking into him. I try to get basic in his pec, his sternum, maybe his diaphragm, as long as I'm looking in and a little bit up on him. Don't want me too far up. I definitely don't want to be stuffed under his head. Because then he's able, if I'm stuffed under his head, he's going to be able to push my head down and start sprawling out. Right? Don't want to be there. I want to be looking into him. Remember, don't want to listen to what he wants. I'm going to tell him what I want. Okay? So I'm level changing, getting low. Don't need to go super low. Just need to level change and get underneath. Right underneath his pec. He has like a nice shelf, so I'm just going to boom right in there. Right here. Okay? Snaking down the leg, I'll cover right here. So I'm going to look and I'm going to drive forward, take a step here, I can pinch my legs. From here, I'm going to do a finish that I like to do. So I'm going to come, open my legs up. I'm still having this leg underneath, so it's harder for him to pull down this leg. I'm going to come here, I'll just heel. Put it under or on top of my other leg. I'm going to lift my leg up and cover. Nice and tight. Not allow them to get out. Okay? So from here again. Drive up, step up. I shoot my right knee in underneath them. I open this, my hips up. I'm going to reach down, lift this up. This helps me because instead of lifting and trying to cover, I'm going to lift, get this nice and tight. You don't want to grab here. See, if he turns his leg, he's going to be able to get out. So I lift this up, take a nice big bite, and I hold this. It's kind of like I'm trying to curl the bicep. Now from here, I got him all day. To grab the inside of the knee, I don't need to use a big trip. Big trips, you don't need that. Okay? All I'm going to do is grab the knee, do downward spiral, corkscrew, just tap that foot. From here, always make sure we're collecting, we're covering. We're right on the belly, for side control there. Okay? Show it again. So we're out here, we can do it from open, or we can kind of do it from here as well. I can snap and he reacts. Or we can do it from open. We're drive up. I'll do it one more time, a little bit slower, but smooth. Okay? So come here. We're going to level change as we're taking our penetration step. Snaking down, covering, cover right here. Down spiral. From here, this should be, Jiu-Jitsu 101 on how to pass from here. Stuff right here, or I can come here. Side control. One more time, full speed. All right. On our penetration step, you guys are looking pretty good. Just make sure we're forehead, like the peak of our forehead's going in, not to the side. Peak of our forehead's going in. I'm gonna level change, drop right here, and I'm driving forward to get the step up. Okay, so I don't want to come here and then step up and then pull and use all this weight and all this power to bring up his leg. So I'm gonna drive forward. Okay, so from here, I'm engaging my shoulder. I want this down, and I want to be pulling this up at the same time. So this is engaged. So when I come off of him, because I'm opening this up, it's not loose. I don't want this loose, okay? And I'm trying to come up here loose. I'm engaged, I'm locked in, my shoulder's down. I'm gonna open this up, come to the heel. Okay, so you need to put it right here. You don't need to lift it up. You put it right here. I'm gonna use my leg, high knee it, trap it here. Grab the inside of the leg. Now, an important thing is don't try to trip and go right away, because we can do this all day. I can do this all day. Okay, control the position. Don't get desperate for the trip. Okay, so one last time. Level change. Right here, drive into them. All right, so make sure you guys are going to be drilling that next couple times.
Slide down to the ankle as you open. Slide down to the ankle.
Left arm down to the ankle.
Open up and slide again.
Open up, yes. Better. Let's see it, Gary. Beautiful. See it, Steven, hurry up. Just tighten it up a little bit. Yes? Good. Fireman's carry because it's requested. So, fireman carry is going to require you having an overhook. Okay? The overhook can be from we're resting here, and the overhook right here. I can just grab this tricep really well. Some people like to do overhook all the way, or they pinch it. I like to grab and then keep it nice and tight here. So, a couple quick points. My head should be looking into him somewhere on the side of his, from temple to neck, behind the ear. Don't want to be head to head. I want to be engaging him. Okay? So all I'm going to do is going to be very similar to when we did our shallow underhook Hi-Crotch. Very similar entry, very different exit or finish. Okay? So I'm over the top. I get right here. I'm going to level change. I'm going to take a penetration step to come right in here. My shoulder is underneath his hip, and his shoulder is underneath my shoulder. It's very powerful right here, okay? So, couple different ways you can finish from here. You can do a traditional straight over the side fireman carry. I'm gonna do more like a 45-degree fireman carry. Personal preference, both of them are very effective. It's just, again, personal preference and how I like to finish it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my head, I'm gonna take this, my temple, I'm gonna post it to the mat. This is gonna be driving. So I'm turning, and I'm gonna be tilting my head and my shoulders, and I'm trying to get him over the top of my shoulders. And remember, if I'm in a bad position, I'm not gonna be able to do a squat. I can be able to do a squat right here, because I'm in a really, really good position, okay? My back is straight, my head is up, I'm not limping down, I'm not sitting down there. So again, here's how I entered. This knee's gonna come in, I'm gonna drive my weight over, I'm gonna put my temple onto the mat. Using my arm just to flare it out. I'm not throwing him with this arm, but I'm helping it guide here. And I'm off my hip, I'm not left resting right here, off my hip. And from here I'm gonna look up, I'm gonna reach to his far hip. Okay, so there's a kind of a lot going on there, but let's break it down again. The entry should look very similar to every other shot we're taking. Okay, our double leg, our high crotch, our single leg. They look very similar because they are very similar. The only thing that's differing is how I'm attacking the leg. So again, double leg, high crotch, single. So when I have this, very similar. We want to keep this tight the whole way through. pinching our elbow the whole way through, okay? We're gonna come up as we're gonna rotate here. This is gonna come up, like you're trying to do back in the day, the WWE, bing, right? Okay, so make sure we're coming in tight. Again, I'm in a really good solid position. I'm off on my butt. It's gonna feel real easy to do this. And that's gonna be wrong. It's gonna make it really hard for you to finish. So you stay here, and also I don't wanna hang out here. The longer I'm hanging out here, the worse it's gonna be for me. I'm fighting, okay? So as soon as I get here, just like when I take a normal high C, I'm switching to a double immediately. I'm gonna pinch my leg together, start driving over. I'm rotating him over. I'm gonna post my head, my temple to the mat, and I'm trying to back off real quick. I'm trying to do like a forward roll. Okay, so I'm back here, rotate. Okay, so again, it's going to look like this. I have here, rotate. This one's going to be kind of a work in progress. You might have to revisit a couple times. But let's build a base now and get some reps in, and we'll review it next week as well. Because I think this is a one that you need to see a couple times. But definitely good to get a couple reps in here. So I don't want to be here, because as I come here, I'm going to lose it. I don't have it, right? So not just here. I'm going to be over the top and C-grip underneath, pinch my elbows in. So now I have the whole arm. So remember, if he's right here, this isn't going to be good enough. I want to go over the top. I want to see from underneath, not the side or on top. I want to see from underneath. I'm going to pinch this together, okay? And I'm looking into his head. Couple things. One, it gives me a superior position, and two, it gets him to be doing this, looking kind of away, and not thinking about defense, not thinking about attacking. So we're right here. I'm engaging this. He's not thinking about defending as much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to level change. I'm going to turn it open, peek my head out, get that shoulder right underneath his hip. I don't want to be out because then I don't have power. I don't want to be too far under because then it's going to be too much weight and in a bad spot. I want to be right underneath his hip. I should be able to feel his hip bone on the top of my shoulder most likely, okay? So from here, knee comes down, driving at that 45, reach for that far hip, come up underneath, and then throw bows. Okay, one more time and then we'll start getting some reps in there, okay? So if I get in here, one way to get this grip is I come in here and inside tie, I'm gonna open it up. And he's gonna most likely come up. Okay, I'll show that one more time. Noticing when you do it fluidly, like really fluid, your part right here comes down right away. Okay, it's almost like I hop right into it. Okay, so get here, finish. It's a little bit more complicated, but since it was requested, I'll definitely show moves that are requested. Gary, come here. It looks like a couple things that we might want to consider while we're doing the move. It looks like your entries are really good, really solid. I like it. We need to tighten up the arm. If we don't have the arm, we don't have the move. So the fireman carry ability to be able to torque him over and cause his body to go over is predicated off of us being able to use the arm and have control of the arm. Okay, so if we're, I might be able to go Hi-Crotch and go to a double, absolutely. But just think, if he's not giving you the arm, he's kind of keeping it down low, you're not going to hit the fireman carry. And that's okay. But for now, when I go over the top and I start going here, I want your opponent to be grabbing underneath here. We're going to pinch our elbow down. Okay? We're looking into him. Okay? From here, we keep it engaged and pinched the whole time through. And the level change underneath them, and it'll come up high here. Out of down low or up high, whichever. If I want to come up higher, means I'm hitting it right away. Okay? So from here, I want to make sure that I'm pinching this down the whole time. Now I'm not going down or anything. I'm pinching it so I'm keeping it nice and tight. So as I bring my left knee down, I'm pivoting it the weight up on me. I have a really solid stance, good solid center of gravity. Now that's the entry, maybe tighten up a little bit. The finish, we're having, it seems like a couple things that we might want to consider and we might want to like tighten up a little bit, is when we're coming here, we're loading up the weight, and we're going to bring it over here. And we're letting go. We're using this to drive and then stopping right here. Let the body go and we're going to stop in this position. We don't want to here. This is really weak. And it turns into a scramble. Okay? We want to be here. We're engaged. So then we can step up all the way across to block our opponent from being able to come out. So as we're coming here, boom, right here, we're going to look up to get our head on the top of his chest. Right here, okay? How it's going to look with the opponent is, I'm going to be right here. I can be open at first, but as soon as I'm coming out, pinch that and cinch that up nice and tight, okay? So now I'm going to drive him forward, roll through, and my weight is on him, and a little bit on my elbow. My head's going to look across. This leg is going to go, so I'm squared up to the mat now, and my head's going to come off. Right here, I'm putting a lot of weight on his arm. He's not able to move his arm. He's pinned. So if he's trying to roll that way, I have his arm stuck underneath. So I'm going to reach across, pull this in, and come right here to your favorite side control from there. Okay? In wrestling, I might finish with the head and arm, try to get a pin. In jiu-jitsu, I'm probably not going to try to finish with the head and arm because there's a lot of guard retention type stuff and whatnot. So I'll just go to side control from there. I'm level changing, taking that transition step. I'm tightening this up. Everything needs to be nice and tight. And I'm going to be driving. After I load up my weight, I'm going to be driving over. So if he comes off, I'm going to load up the weight and drive it over. And I'm going to follow. Okay? So right here, nice and tight. Load up the weight, and I dump it up. I don't want to hold on to it. When I let this go, I don't want to hold on here because it's going to create weird dynamic scrambles. Here, look up, come here. Okay?